I love the smell of napalm in the morning. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to J-Buck Studios, your home for reviews, reactions, and ridiculousness. Anyways, though, we're finally getting to the last review of the weekend. I was able to jump over to Netflix and watch the new streaming movie from Spike Lee, Da 5 Bloods. 4 African-American vets battle the forces of man and nature when they return to Vietnam seeking the remains of their fallen squad leader and hidden treasure. So is Da 5 Bloods a must-see for the Netflix streaming platform? Let's find out. But before I get into my thoughts, let me know what you guys thought of Da 5 Bloods, if you've already seen this one or now been hearing nothing but good things about this movie. Now let's get into some of the good. So the combination of Spike Lee, Netflix, and Da 5 Bloods, I think that this was the perfect outcome for what they wanted for their platform. And I haven't watched a lot of Spike Lee, a lot of his movies, but you can tell that the style that he does, the flavor, the vibe of his filmmaking is oozing throughout this movie. And it is a weird combination of movie because it kind of feels like it's lighthearted and fun with these friends coming back together after all of these years and essentially going on like a treasure hunt. Like, it's a treasure hunt type movie, but it also has historical elements. It has PTSD elements. It has elements of war and flashbacks and all of this other stuff of reliving the past after all of these years and the haunting images and thoughts that stay with someone that has been in war. Like I said, it has a great message of PTSD. Not like a great message, but like a cautionary message of how people who have been in the Vietnam War or veterans just in general, like, they have seen some tough shit. And this movie dives into the demons that some of these characters have brought along through life. And also it dives into kind of like friendship, greed, selfishness throughout this movie too, because they're going after a friend, but they're also going after gold. So there's a lot of different messages you can really pull from, but the messages of war and being a black person in those wars and kind of the color of their skin puts them aside into a different category. And then the PTSD that has kind of latched onto them throughout their lives. And adding to the cohesiveness and making this a movie that is top-notch for the Netflix platform is the performances. Chadwick Boseman is Stormin' Norman. He is a character from the previous, like the back when it was Vietnam with a different aspect ratio. And I thought that he was absolutely fantastic, really portraying the character fairly well, and also tying into that PTSD element that another character is seeing. I thought that he was, you know, a highlight, a standout for myself. But then Delroy Lindo, I believe that's his name, I might have gotten it wrong, but he is the shining light. He is the best part of this movie because he is sort of, I mean, it's a group of friends, they're sort of the main characters, but I think he is by far the standout because he's the one that is dealing with this PTSD. He has these monologues that are straight on with the camera, and he is also talking with Chadwick Boseman's character, or the memory of that, or the demons that really haunt him. And I think he was able to accurately portray what people that have done some horrible things in war or seen horrible things, the things that they go from, and the flip-flopping of characters where one minute they are completely fine to them just being at someone's throat the next. And that vibe or that feeling of something can happen just like that is present throughout this film, not only in the characters, but the different things that happen to our characters. However, not everything in Da 5 Bloods really worked for me. Believe me, I love this movie. It is fantastically made and everything, but I think that the aspect ratio of going back into Vietnam felt a little cheesy to myself. I don't know, the way it was filmed, the way it was choreographed, the way the bullets and they were shooting, and also how the present day people portrayed themselves when they're supposed to be, like, you know, in their 30s potentially. I don't know, it came off as a little goofy. It felt like it was a 70s, 80s action movie during those scenes. And I think that the way that they were going for is they wanted their memories to be back in that time and reliving that. But it didn't really come off that way to myself. I thought it was, again, a little bit cheesy. I mean, I loved how it used that different aspect ratio of really telling the times and kind of showing how the two stories kind of relate to one another. But I don't know. I don't know if it was the flashbangs from the rifles and the way that they were talking to one another. It It came off as cheesy in my mind. I know some people absolutely loved it, but that's my thoughts. Overall, Da 5 Bloods is a fantastic product from Spike Lee and Netflix, and you should definitely check this out. With it featuring Lee's style, great performances, and a couple different messages that hit hard, but with the, kind of that cheesy aspect ratio and feeling of an 80s movie, I would highly recommend checking out Da 5 Bloods. Again, Netflix doesn't seem to have great quality every now and then. This is a must-see. It is hitting at the perfect time, especially with everything going on in the world. Definitely recommend checking out Da 5 Bloods. In closing, I'm going to give Da 5 Bloods 4.3 out of 5 gold bars. So what did you guys think of Da 5 Bloods? If you've already seen this one or now very much looking forward to watching this on Netflix, I want to know in the comments down below. Anyways though, as always, thank you so much for watching. Watch some more videos up there or right over there, brand new content every single week here on the J-Buck Studios channel. A new podcast tomorrow for Movies and Nonsense, and then J-Buck Live on Tuesday. Follow all of my social media, like this video, subscribe to the J-Buck Studios channel, and until next time, we'll see you later.